one of many reasons as to why I don't see life in colour, and my life, what should I say, outlook on life is technically grey. It's white and grey, you know, if there's such a thing. Black and white. Technically I'm dead, you know. The reason being, I get that a lot of people want excitement in life, you know, they want the thrill of the chase and all of this bullshit, you know, been there, done it. Received the platinum t-shirt, you know, when I was a youth within my spiritual awakening. But little did people know that living like a child isn't going to get you anywhere in life, nor is it going to get you the type of connections you want within people. I get that a lot of people want to live like children. If you want to live like children, live like children. But you're not going to grow, you're not going to evolve, and you're not going to age like a fine wine. Some of us so happen to choose the narrow path in life, which may come across or seem boring to many people that don't understand us. Take it from somebody that knows, or somebody that knows what he's talking about. I used to, you know, enjoy the thrill of the chase myself back in my younger days, my heyday. I used to love the thrill of the chase, but now it's boring. It's bland. Because once you've seen it within one person, you're seeing it in thousands of other people, hundreds of thousands of other people, millions of other people. And they're chasing after the same old things. I mean, that doesn't sound exciting to me. Some people choose not to grow and evolve and age like a fine wine because they're trapped within their childish ways of living. But I say unto thee, what good is living like a child going to get any of you? It's going to get you nowhere. Let's say, I don't know, you want a fully grown, matured man for a husband, right? And, you know, I'm dedicating this to you women. Let's say you want a mature, middle-aged man, inwardly that is, that knows more about life than the youths of today. Let's say that's the type of guy you want. Do you think you're going to get that type of guy by living like a child? No, you're not. Do you think you're going to get that type of guy by living within a self-entitlement environment? No, you're not. Do you think you're going to get that type of guy by chasing or should I say by seeking the thrill of the chase? No, you're not. There's so much more to life than chasing by seeking the thrill of the chase, which is what many people are doing. And what they don't realise is, a lot of the time, this is where the devil, you know, is very cunning, and he actually tricks people, you know, into doing certain behaviours that are technically an abomination unto the Lord. He convinces said children at the time that this is the right path, you know, you'll get a hit of joy and this, that, the other. Turns out that later on down the line, consequence and punishments are now catching up to them. And why do you think that is? Because you were duped into committing sinful acts that offered you pleasure, that offered you the thrill of the chase, In other words, you were living like a reprobate. You were living like a degenerate. You were rebelling against us oldies, as you will. And now you have to reap what you sow. And this is why, like I said, many of us, even though, you know, it's not like we are living in a dustbin, eating out of a Greg's paper bag, you know, we're well off to some extent, you know, wealthily, that is, and financially, but at the end of the day, none of that matters. Just like, you know, the thrill of the chase, none of it matters. Whoop-de-doo, let's say, you know, you women out there received a new boyfriend. Do you think it's going to last? Do you honestly think it's going to last? No, it's not. Because it's outside of God's will and out of God's control. Therefore, it's not going to last. You know, I may come across as though I'm pissing on a lot of people's parades, you know, but it is what it is. I don't give a shit. I'm one for speaking the truth, whether people like it or not. If you want the best things in life, you have to make sacrifices. And trust me, it's going to be painful for a lot of you. Because you have to let go of that childish way of living. As a matter of fact, you have to crucify that inner child in order to attract whatever it is you want in life. And you're not going to attract whatever it is you want in life, i.e. the best stuff, the good stuff, as you will, by living like a child. Because a lot of children nowadays have to rebel. Just to get the littlest amounts of attention, they have to rebel. And what type of life is that? It's too predictable for one, and everybody else is living the same old lie. That's not a life. A boring life technically means that you're more or less free from all of the bullshit that people carry, spiritually and psychologically, that is, from seeking the thrill of the chase. And this is what the chase does. It gives people, you know, boosts of dopamine hits, and, you know, it actually, in fact, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? It offers you a thrill. It gives you, you know, from your childish perspective, something new to actually focus on. But at the end of the day, you're not going to grow and evolve, like I said, and age like a fine wine by living like a child. And if you want the best in life, and if you want genuine, maturer connections within people, you have to crucify that inner child. I don't care how painful it may come across, you know, to those of you that are living like a child. It's the truth. You know, me at the minute, I tend to drift from inner child, in a woman, in a man, in a child. It's non-stop. Because technically speaking, in order to attract the best in life, you have to, a lot of the time, put in the work within your own heart and your own mind by going in the past. Letting go of what's no longer within your control in order to become the people that you were designed and created to be, biblically, that is. And so many people fail at life when they live like a child because they're not growing, they're not evolving. It's like they're repeating the same loop over and over again. You make a bad choice or a bad decision, you make that same one. It's like you're re-looping 24/7. You're re-looping. Where's the excitement in that? You're not learning anything valuable from it. You're just repeating yourself over and over again. take it from somebody that, you know, once enjoyed the thrill of the chase, you know. When you get to my age, you see through it all. Take a look around you. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what's going on. Every single one of you, or the vast majority of you, are living like a child. And in order to attract, you know, whatever it is you want in life, and, you know, this goes for maturer connections in people, you have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to crucify the inner child, the inner bitch for you boys, you men, and the inner man for you women, you know, you girls out there. You have to make the relevant sacrifices needed to be made in order to receive the best, you know. And to many people, the reason why the best and, you know, may come across as though it's bland, you know, and unthrilling and all of this is due to the fact that it means, what's the word I'm looking for? Quality over quantity. It's like, you know, some people out there, from their warped perspective, everybody's their friend. Man, how people are in for one rude awakening, I'm telling you now, you are in for one rude ass awakening when the truth, reality, or the truth of reality actually hits home, that is, and you begin to understand it. I would rather have good quality like people over quantity. You know, you could have 250, you know, 250 friends, you know, let's say half of both sexes. How do you know that 90, let's say 5% of those so-called friends are actually your friends to begin with? They put on a fake, you know, front, you know, of being nice or being good to your face, but as soon as your back's turned, that's when the real shit begins. The real shit testing. Only God knows what else. No, that's not the type of life for me. I would rather grow old and live a boring life. To those of you that see it as a boring life, because from my perspective, it's not a boring life. I have finance. I might not have, you know, 250 Bugattis or 50 mansions and 100 girls, you know, in my arms each side and all of this crap. But I have everything I need in here and in here. At the end of the day, all I'm focused on is technically training at the gym and just living a boring life. Once again, from your warped perspectives out there, that is. Because when you get to my age, or our age even, you begin to realise and understand, you know, the truth for what it really is, that it's not a boring life. It's a life of peace. It's a life of no drama, no bullshit, no degeneracy. Many would actually consider it settling. Maybe. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I would rather settle for a life that I know offers me quantity, quality even, sorry, over quantity. I would rather settle for a life that may offer me, I don't know, limited amounts of friends that I know are actually my friends than live a life by seeking the chase of the thrill, you know, that many do, convincing myself that they are all my friend, because they're not. Psychologically and spiritually, they are not your friend. They're just putting on a front, an act, telling you all the sweet, you know, good-for-nothing words that you want to hear to make you feel good in order to get what they want out of you. They may even, like, trick you from time to time and, you know, shower you with gifts themselves. Me, I don't buy into that bullshit. Because I see through it. A lot of the time people offer gifts, you know, for favours. You know, they don't mean it out of a good heart and a sober mind, you know. It's always, what can I get back in return if I offer this gift? And this is why, like I said, I don't follow the bullshit narrative like everybody else. I would rather live a boring life and, you know, elevate those that understand me as much as them with me, and just live a life of peace, man. Because this is what many people don't understand. Living like a child might be fun in the given moment, but sooner or later, like I said, your consequences and punishments are going to catch up to you. Now you're left with the weight of your poor choices and poor decisions that you're carrying now above your shoulders. The question is, what are you going to do? Are you going to allow that weight to quite literally drown your souls? Or are you going to use that weight in order to swim across the storm-filled lake? Even if it means taking a good old battering, a good old hammering, a good old thrashing, a good old bashing, you know, from the waves, that is, in order to get to where you need to be. Not pleasant. It's not pleasant, but it's highly rewarding. And at least if you think about it from, you know, the perspective of those that live by the Matrix, the world, where there's boring, you know, there is also free will. In order to welcome whatever it is you want in life. And if you want mature connections within people, you're going to have to let the inner child go, man. You're going to have to let him go. Or her go, for that matter. You're going to have to let them go. If you want the best in life. And trust me, like I said, it's not going to be pleasant. Because if you want the best in life, it is going to be quite literally a boring life at that. Because you've gone from having quantity for friends to quality. Now, how many people in this world do you know that has out of this world biblical quality-like traits? You don't. And don't let the fake nice and the fake good, you know, approaches that people put on, you know, fool you into believing that they're exactly that, because they're not. You know, I see through it all. It doesn't interest me. So once again, before I wrap this video up, I don't want to make it a long one. If you want the best in life, you are going to have to crucify the inner child. And once again, for you boys out there, if you want the best life, you're going to not only have to crucify the inner child, but you're going to have to crucify the inner bitch, the inner girl. And for you women, once again, vice versa, and the inner man. In order to become the person that you were created to be. And the reason why many people don't take this path, in life, is due to the fact that they can't handle it. And I don't think, I would like to, but I don't think personally that they ever will be able to handle it. They're always going to revert to their childish way of living, one way or another. While the other like-minded people, quality like-minded people, are actually with you 24/7, whether it be within the distance, or whether it be within your prayers, that is, and your own dreams, from time to time. None of this trying to sell me narcissistic bullshit dreams, by, lustful appearances of women, none of that shite. Because like I said, the devil can hijack dreams as well, and I'm able to pretty much spiritually discern what's of the devil and what's not. So it's all good. Maybe I am, like I said, even maybe I am dying, and I've come to accept it and take it on. I'm ready to embrace it, because like I said, the reason why so many people chase the thrill, or they seek the thrill of the chase, is due to the fact that it also takes their mind away from pain and suffering, along with sacrifice and obedience. They don't want any of, this, the real work, as I'd like to call it, because it's too much for their childish ways. It hurts their feelings and emotions, and this is why people are so messed up in here and in here, because they operate on feeling and emotion rather than logic, knowledge, wisdom, along with a sound mind and a sound heart. And besides, when you live by yourself and you come across as though you're living the boring life by those that don't understand you, excluding the small percentage, that is, you begin to realise that you don't need anything or anyone to be happy, because technically speaking, we are self-sufficient. We are sufficient enough. In other words, we are full. And this is what many people don't understand. And, this is something else that the seeking of the thrill of the chase does. It's filling a void. You heard right. It's filling a void. And the reason why it doesn't last, like I said, is due to the fact that once the void is unfilled, someone's actually, in fact, going to the next person. They're now doing something else for the thrill of the chase. They're now chasing after this, that, and the other, blah, 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 in order to fill that void again. And what happens? The void is going to become unfilled again. Now what? You're back to square one again. What are you going to do now? Are you still going to, chase the, seek the thrill of the chase like many people do, or are you just going to admit defeat and go, do you know what? Maybe, this guy's got a valid point. Maybe, I was doing things wrong the whole entire time. Now I'm willing to actually accept reality for what it really is, and put in the work in here and in here in order to become the person that I was created to be biblically. free will at the end of the day, right?